have a special treat. I don't know if you knew this or not, but you guys are currently on our live stream with Twitch! Woo! Twitch is something we started doing during the pandemic so that we could continue doing our art form. We were not going to be stopped by no pandemic. We had to keep it moving. So we're trying to find that hybrid world to continue to use the things that we learn and as we continue to progress. So you're here today to see two features, a double feature. You're here to see Sign My Name to Freedom, the unheard songs of Reid, Soskin. Yes. And you're here to see The Day the Sky Turned Orange, a new concept musical. All right, so it's going to be like a little scene change in between, just like maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Say seats for me, a little hub. Allow us to just settle, and then we'll continue on with the second show. After the performance, there will be a 10, 15-ish minute talk back. So stick around. Think of maybe there's a question you want to ask, a comment you're thinking of, anything in that world. We'll have the creators of both projects on the stage so that we can all engage in conversation. All right, silence some phones. Hear your exits. If you're on Twitch, you can do exclamation point, donate, and see how to give to our company. You can also give with tips and bits. I don't even remember how this works anymore. Yeah, okay. I'm getting out of here. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show. Oh, wait. I need to invite our incredible musicians onto the stage. Yeah, it takes a village. It really does take a village. We have 79 incredible Bay Area artists all here supporting this crazy SF project. You ready, Jane? Wonderful. All right, without further ado, Sign My Name to Freedom, the unheard songs of Reid.
bathroom door between me and him? Hell, I saw The Shining on Netflix.
This was no movie.
Well, I'm just saying, if crazy Jack Nicholson can break through a bathroom door, then God only knows what a crazy man in a mask could do.
I was ready for it. I let go of the door for a second. I reached under the sink. I got my iron, plugged it in, turned it up to linen.
You were gonna iron?
I was gonna iron him. Right across his face if he put it through the door.
Damn.
I'd mark him so bad the cops would know him wherever he ran.
That would not have occurred to me.
You don't iron as much as I do. Oh, that's why your pants are always so wrinkly.
Reid!
Wrinkly is park ranger in the national park system.
I can't believe you're talking about my wrinkles after what you've been through. A man broke into your apartment and almost killed you.
It'll take more than a skinny little white boy to end me after 95 years.
Speaking of wrinkles.
I heard that.
Well, how'd you know he was white? I thought he was wearing a mask.
The way he talked. White guys have a certain way they talk when they're trying to sound tough.
How's that?
Rude.
Is that what you told the police?
What?
When they were here last night, I hope your description wasn't rude white boy.
No, it was...
Well, it's gotta be better than that.
I don't remember exactly what I told him, Helen.
Well, but you have to. You don't want him creeping up into someone else's apartment. Do you think he knew who you were?
I don't think so.
I'm just saying, you're pretty famous. Maybe he thought you had some famous stuff to steal. Famous people be having stuff. Did you recognize his voice?
I told you no.
Well, did you tell him about the iron?
No.
How did he get in?
Bedroom window, I guess.
You don't know who he was or where he could have
I
come
don't know. I don't know. I was asleep. He was here. Next thing I know, why are you asking me all these stupid questions?
Maybe I should go.
No, please stay.
I didn't mean to upset you.
He took my phone, my computer, that bamboo fan that the South Korean Park District gave me. What's he gonna do with that?
Crazy.
It's just, this is my house, my home, you know? And you're supposed to feel safe in your home, and now when I look around, it all seems so foreign. And to know he was in here with my home is where you're supposed to feel safe. Most of the time.
What's that?
My mare's hairbrush.
Who?
My mare.
What kind of name is my mare?
French. Well, Creole. It's what we call my grandmother.
Well, it's beautiful.
Did I ever tell you about the flood that nearly carried our house away?
At least a dozen times.
Well, you can't expect me to remember everything I say.
Well, you asked.
Well, if you've been raised proper in New Orleans like I was, you would know when an older person asks you if they've told you a story already, you're supposed to say, "Why, no. Please tell me."
Well, I'm from Oakland, and we say at least a dozen times.
Okay, then, you tell it to me. Since I'm so old and rickety and can't remember what I say, you tell me my story.
You were a little girl, there was a storm, you hid under your bed, water covered the floor. Your parents took you to your grandfather's house.
You are a terrible storyteller.
Hey,
No, really, just awful. That's why they don't let you do the Rosie the Riveter presentation. You would bore the visitors to imbecility.
okay. It was
a hurricane. And it was the reason we moved from Louisiana to California. Rain and wind so strong it nearly blew us halfway across country.
Well, the storm didn't actually blow.
Bad storyteller. Just listen. We had a house in New Orleans. A home, you hear me? A home. We were safe. before we moved back.
My father's father had died.
So we went back to live with his widow.
My man,
I have these images in my head of,
the first time I walked to the grocery store alone, the huge chest of ice and oysters outside the corner grocery store. Daddy standing me on top of that oyster chest, and all the men standing around cracking oysters and drinking beer, and me singing. In a little Spanish town, on a night like this,
stars with Nika going down, 'twas on a night like this. I whispered, be true to me, and she sighed, see, see. Many stars that turn to gray because we're far apart. Many moons have passed away, and still he's in my heart. We made a promise and sealed it with a kiss. In a little Spanish town, 'twas on a night like this.
Your father?
He was Creole, both my parents. But that doesn't mean anything in Richmond, California. But in 1924, in August,
it meant everything.
we were like royalty. We traced our family to France, way over there, to slavery here. From the Arcadia in Canada to the Native American tribes in the bayou. Relatives on both sides of the color line. And my mare, her maiden name was Morales.
She was Isleños from the Canary Islands.
So we had a little Spanish too.
We had some of everything.
Well, not Asian. Just saying.
The Chaperonin and the Wool.
My mother and father's family. But my grandmother on my father's side was my mare.
And I would brush her long black hair, and she would tell me her stories. Mostly in Creole, so I didn't understand them. But that's okay. It's a feeling that counts. Creole.
Now there's always been some Creole who passed for white. Truth be told, even the white folks in New Orleans had a little drop of chocolate in their milk, even though they thought they were white through and through. The saying was, you could feed all the really white folks in New Orleans off of one chicken. But us Creole, we lived in a different world. And in that world was a golden bubble. And inside that golden bubble was nothing but me brushing my mare's long black hair.
I wonder if the children around the world are just like me. I know their words are different, but it's what they think and see. It's what we feel and what we do about the same each day.
She said, have you ever heard of anyone getting struck by lightning when they were in bed? The rain came down in buckets and barrels. It flooded the streets, basements, churches, and cemeteries.
Cemeteries?
The water crept up the front stairs, under the back door, down the hall.
Into my room. Nothing could stop it.
My father was out helping other people while my mother was trying to say what she could in the house from the deluge.
But in my room, it was just me.
Nothing but the 4 orange crates under my bed between me and the flood. Nothing but the 4 walls between me and the rain. Nothing but the roof between me and the thunder and lightning. When the storm was over, our house, our home was ruined. My father's rice mill was destroyed. I remember the streets, the sidewalks, everything covered in worms left by the receding waters, baking, dying in the sun. I remember the smell of everything drying and rotting. New Orleans was gone, at least for us. We went from royalty to ruin. So we packed up what little we had left, and we got on a train out west to live with my mother's father in a place I'd never heard of before.
Oakland.
Did Mom Mary? She came with you?
No, she stayed in New Orleans.
And eventually, her memories died with her. And this place became our new home. And that's how you tell a story.